In this podcast episode, I'm going to talk to you about why I'm deciding to start a product line and what the goals are with the brand. This is the Detailing Business Class podcast. And welcome back to another episode. This one will be slightly different than usual. Typically, it's me giving you some tips or advice on something detailing related with your business. But today, I'm going to talk to you about why I'm starting my own product line, what the goals are, what's going to look like over the next 10 years, why I'm actually starting one versus, for the last 7-8 years, I've said I wasn't going to start one. So we'll get into all the nitty gritty details on the reasoning behind the brand, what I want to kind of see happen over the next 10 years, what, the mission is for the product line or for the brand, I should say, and just everything in between. If you don't care about products or me starting a new brand or anything like that, skip to the next episode or, go listen to another episode. Since there's not going to be anything really business related as far as like detailing business, it's more like what the next brand I'm starting and what I kind of want to do with it. So anyways, I have my notes pulled up right here. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna just read the talking point and then elaborate on them. So you can go back all the way to when I started my YouTube video or my YouTube channel, which was back in 2016. And I've always said I was never gonna start a product line. And I don't know if I said never, because I think in those videos I would say never. But I was very, very, very pro. I'm not gonna start one because I have, our detailing business. I have Detail Group. Like that's already enough. And that's one of the big reasons why I never even contemplated the idea of a product line, because I know it's a very common thing for detailers to do, especially if you have like an audience, like you're a content creator like I am, where it's like, yeah, let me go do like a all-purpose cleaner or like some quick detailer or like a spray wax and let me sell that to my audience. But I always stayed away from that. And one thing you've noticed from that is like I've always said in countless videos that most brands are good enough. I always talk about the spectrum, right? Where most brands have good enough products, and for any brand, they're gonna have some not so good products, and then they're gonna have some amazing products. But most brands, assuming you're going for a reputable, brand, most of them are gonna be good enough. And the second thing that I would always do is, well, not the second thing, but like I was very focused on R3, which is our detailing business, and Detail Groove, and to try to take on just, everything, whatever e-commerce related is that. And let's say, if I thought about this maybe 3 years ago, like I was not in the position to be like, oh yeah, let me go try to go do this as well, because I was just very focused on, okay, I have R3, I have Detail Groove, those like, I'm barely getting my footing there as far as like, content creation, editing, publishing, customers. Like I was still not, I just couldn't take on another level of work. So, and so that comes from like, okay, I'm just focusing on these things. Like, yes, that might be, even if I want to think about doing a product line, like I have too much on my plate right now and I want to hyper focus on what I'm doing. So it's like, I'm not doing that. And again, it's like, if you watch my videos, I've never ever been anyone to hype up or like push a product or to say like I'm super loyal to this brand, because I'm not. If it works, it works. That's to the extent that I go with brands, right? That's why like when someone asks, hey, what's the best, like, this, or what's the best that, I always elaborate of like, dude, and most of them are gonna work. Like most brands, most products are gonna work. There's some crappy ones from them. There's some amazing ones from them, but most products are gonna work from that brand. So like I'm very just like, look, whatever works, just use that. So take a step, well, fast forwarding a bit to the pandemic, and that's actually when I started to think about offering a product line. Reason being is because I was actually trying to build a home gym, because it, closing down the gyms, the commercial gyms, that really pushed me forward to say, you know what, let me go see how much it is to get a home gym going. And I would go to a lot of these websites like Rogue, Rep Fitness, Vulcan, Titan, and all of them were selling like power racks, squat racks, half racks, Olympic bars, powerlifting bars, plates, and when I would be looking at these products and such, I'd be like, man, like like let's say I wanted to know something specific about this product, and it's like they're not mentioning that at all. Or I'd want to see a photo in this way. I'm like, man, like they don't. None of these places have a photos the way that I want to see it. So it'd be like, you know what, if I was them, I would do it like this and I would do it like that. And then I got to thinking, I was like, wait, that's exactly how detailing is then. Like there's people and the crazy thing is like as being in the industry for now 10 years, it's like not that I know everything, but it's like I am very well versed in what goes on with the industry, right? With products, with what they are, with what they do, with who needs what, with starting a business, with working on a car, with correction and like I'm in the weeds of everything. So it's like nothing is ever really new, so to speak. But to someone that just got into cars, that wants to learn how to clean their vehicle, they are just now starting that journey of like, what's a car wash? What's a wash mitt? What's a good soap? And it's very easy to get lost, like to lose track of that. Of like, oh yeah, that's right. Not everyone is in the same realm of I am, right? Like most people don't know, or most people are barely getting into the world of detailing and car care. And it's like, man, that's like based on what like on my thoughts of like seeing these other fitness brands and what they're doing, I was like, man, like I would apply that to the detailing to the detailing product line of things. And that's really where I was like, oh, you know what, that was like, that actually that's like probably the main point, where like the pivotal point where I was like, you know what, maybe I should kind of look into this. And again, that was during like the height of the pandemic. I'm talking about like 3 months into shutting it down and shutting the well, at least here in the United States, they shut us down for I think it was like back in March or something. I don't know. So the idea has already been at least a year already, or like a year and a half already, since I've had like, oh, you know what, maybe I should look into it. So it's not like I've really been proactive in this until like the last 3 months or so. But anyway, that's what really kind of said, you know what, maybe I should really look into this, because I know like there's a lot of confusion. And again, back over the last 7 years, or how long I started my YouTube channel in 2015. So like that 7, 8 years, it's like I've always been very simplistic with how I talk about products, right? It's like you don't need a specific product for a specific use case if you can use this product that can handle 6 different use cases, right? The biggest example that I can give you is like an all-purpose cleaner, right? Like a lot of brands sell what? The bug remover, the tire cleaner, the mat cleaner, the wheel cleaner, the leather cleaner, and it's like for us, we've always just used all-purpose cleaner diluted 10-1 or 4-1, like that. Like we don't have a bug remover, we don't have a specific leather. Like, we use all-purpose cleaner diluted at 10-1 or 4-1 or 1-1, depending on what we're working on, and that's what we use. Like that's I don't we don't have these redundant products that simply just don't really do anything. Like it's just all-purpose cleaner for a lot of things that we use. And so like again, like that's kind of like how I've been, like very just simple and practical. Like that you don't need that. Like we don't need a lot of these other products, because it's like what are we using it for? Like we're gonna have another gallon, another spray bottle, but it's like just use all-purpose cleaner. And I kind of just lost my train of thought because someone had knocked at that door over there. But so the kind of the backbone of our product line and what I see with it is exactly what I've kind of been, how I've been applying using products in our business over the last 10 years now. And that's how I'm going to, have the same mentality when it comes to our product line of like, what just, looking at other brands. It's like, yeah, obviously you can make more money if you're selling a bug remover, a tire cleaner, you're selling like a leather clean. Like obviously it makes sense, right? Because you're now making someone buy, 4 different products to handle 4 different things. Even though this one thing can handle all 4 of those. But it's like I've never hyped a product up. I'm not the one that says, well, you have to have a specific product for every single one. It's like you really don't. And that's kind of the one of the backbones that I'll have to like the product line of like, okay, look, all-purpose cleaner can handle about 8 different things. That's basically all you need. Dilute it to where it fits your needs as far as like the cleaning ability or the cleaning power. But that's really it, right? Like I don't see, I unless it's like maybe brands get like a ton of requests of like, hey, can you make a bug remover, which is probably the same formula as like APC. But other than that, like we all-purpose cleaner would be your bug remover, your leather cleaner, your wheel cleaner, your tire cleaner for the engine bay, for your like I don't know, like all like that's kind of what I want to carry over. The same mentality from how I've used products in our detailing business for the past 10 years to how I would actually be selecting the product line and the product selection for our brand. And one thing that I like a heavy use case is like use one product for multiple scenarios or multiple use cases. So I like already off the bat, it's like all-purpose cleaner, as we talked about. It's gonna be like a like same thing how I use Optimum No Rinse. I personally use Optimum No Rinse as my clay lube, as a quick detailer, and as my window cleaner. Like I dilute it, accordingly. But that one product, I use it for three different things. Like because it just works. Like I don't try to overcomplicate things. Like, do we have a specific glass cleaner? Yes. Do I use that specifically sometimes? Yes. But for a large portion of vehicles, it's like I try to use that one thing to clean everything because it works. Like it's good enough, and it gets the job done. And yes, like we've used other products and things like it all works the same. It's all about the same thing. So it's like I really want to have the mentality of like not trying to create these redundant products where it's like why do we have these four different things that basically just do about the same thing that these two would. So that's what I want to have. So like the main thing is just like keeping our product line simple and practical, right? Like no BS claims, no overhyping of like, oh, so this one does this. Like I don't, I've never been that. Like if you've seen the last 1,000 videos that I posted, or I don't know how many videos I have on YouTube. Actually, let me check. If you've seen the last like I think 600 videos, you've never ever seen me hype up or do 600. I don't know if I say 1,000 videos. I have 658 videos. You'd never see in those last 650 videos. You've never seen me hype up a product or say this is a game changer or like say like hey like this is the absolute must or this is the absolute. Like I've never done that just because I'm very realistic and practical with what I use and what I do and like what I recommend. And when someone's telling me hey like I'm getting into detailing, I think I want to do this as a business. Like what's the best spray wax or what's the best all-purpose cleaner? It's like dude like don't put an emphasis on the products, on the brand. That's only but like a 10% of what you have to do in order to start your business. Or to the person that's like, hey, I'm just getting into detailing my own car and taking care of it. Like, as a beginner level detailer, what's a good a compound that you recommend? So it's like just keeping things very simple and practical to not make it seem like you need a degree in engineering or in chemical engineering to understand how like this product works to dress your tires or to polish your paint, right? Like just keeping things simple and practical. That's really like just simple and practical because that's how I would see myself and how I've kind of ran our business as far as like the products that we use over the last 10 years. It's just like, dude, if it's no need to overcomplicate anything. You don't need four different products. You don't need just that one thing right there will do everything that these four things would do. That's like that's kind of what I'm gonna keep on going back to. It's like that's all. It's just I don't know how more. And I know it's not like sexy or like appealing because like yeah, it's pretty boring. Like it's pretty straightforward. Of like, dude, you just need that one. It's it. You don't need those four. I know those labels look cool. I know those gallons look cool. I know the colors look cool. I know the scents are nice. But it's like you only need that one. So I can see why it's not like I don't have a very wide appeal to like oh you need like all these quotes. It's like you really don't. And again, you can find good enough products from almost any brand, right? Like every brand is going to have some bad ones, some good ones, but most of them are going to be good. Which is why we don't need to have like 3 different APCs, 4 different spray waxes, 2 different, paste waxes. It's just like, just find one that works and keep on using that one. So one thing that I definitely like a bigger statement, because again, like I don't just want to create products. That's not what my intent is with Proper Care. That's the name of the brand as of now. It could change depending on legality and copyright and stuff like that. But as of right now, we're saying Proper Care. But as far as like the brand stuff, like I don't want to be just known as, oh, they have good products, right? Because again, like for me, being honest, like most brands have good enough products. Like that's, it's the same thing of saying like how I've been saying with your detailing business or, giving you good advice of like, everyone's a good detailer, right? Like I could take someone off the street, train them for 1 week, and they'll be just as good as me as far as delivering good enough results to our customers that they're happy, right? Give me someone that wants to learn, that has the motivation to learn. In 1 week, I can get them up to par to deliver the same results that I do. And I've been detailing for 10 years, and I can teach them how to do that in 1 week. And if I get a customer come in to pay us, whatever, $1,000 for a one-step polish and an interior cleaning, that 1 week person that has just been detailing for a week, they'll deliver the same quality results that I would with just 1 week of training. Because like it's not this crazy thing that's like, oh my god, like you have to do this, and it's like it's very 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 straightforward on what we do as detailers. And it's like the same thing goes to the products. It's like what separates a product from like depending on the industry that you're in, like there is some actual innovation and things that actually separate the look at the iPhone versus any Samsung, or look at any camera like a Sony versus a Canon. Like there are actual objective differences between those on how they're manufactured and engineered and all. Like obviously, I have no idea about that, but there's actual distinct differences between those two. When it comes to like an APC is like how big of a difference are there between the 75 brands that are out there, or what's the difference between a spray wax of the 75 brands that are out there, right? Like what's the true difference between them? Maybe some do, there are going to be some minor differences. I'm not saying that there's not, but I'm saying, is it a large enough difference where it says this one is actually objectively, distinctively superior than this one? But compare those or the next 75 brands. Like, is there really a big difference between any of those? Assuming you're talking about, good enough, reputable brand. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can find a very cheap, like low quality spray wax. Like, of course you can. Or like you can find cheap stuff. I'm saying like, for the brands that are reputable, and you compare all their, their good brands, their good products, they're all going to be mostly the same. So it's like Proper Care is not just to sell a product, but it's like the mission behind Proper Care to help it's different levels. It's like to help the detailer, to help the person that's just getting into detailing, and to help them figure out how to properly take care of the vehicle without saying some BS claims or overhyping products, or telling them like it's a super complicated machine that you have to learn. It's like it's very simple and easy to start doing proper car care, like actual proper car care to your vehicle, like to actually clean your vehicle, detail your vehicle, correct your like it's very straightforward and easy, to where like it's not an overwhelming thing. You don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to get all the tools and products that you need. Like it's a very straightforward thing. So that's one reason why, like that's one big element to Proper Care, of like helping the person that just wants to get into detailing, to show them the proper easy way to like, look, you don't need that many things, you don't need that many products. This is how you can easily move into the realm of like detailing your own personal vehicle. The second part, or the second segment to that, is like the people that actually do want to take this on as a career, right? And supporting those as far as like, again, like it's not just about like, oh, here, you're just buying an APC or a spray wax or a pot, like that's everywhere. But it's like Proper Care, like I would want Proper Care to support in some way. I don't know exactly how that's gonna look, but like be very supportive to the people that are doing this as a business, or those that want to take it as a hobby or as a passion, and move into the way of doing it as a profession, maybe part-time, full-time, whatever. But Proper Care, facilitating some type of growth, education, whatever, to help those that want to go from transition from passion, hobbyist to a career, to a side business, whatever it is, but support them in some way. So I'm trying to take it far beyond just we sell product. It's like, what's the if someone's gonna become a customer of Proper Care, it's not just saying, oh, it's because they have a great product. It's all because they support, because I've learned so much from them, or because, oh man, they helped me go from this to that, or because, oh man, they really helped me simplify everything. Oh, and plus they have great products. So it's not just, oh, they have good products. It's, oh man, they helped me with XYZ, or they really helped me get through XYZ, or they've whatever. Oh, and plus they have great products. That's like the main thing that I'd really like to push on as the brand. Like, not just we sell products, but it's like, oh, they do all this, and they helped me with this, and they've taught me this, and I reached out to them and they answered these questions. Oh, and plus they have great products. That's what I'm kind of getting at with the brand. Now, as far as launching and like what specific product we're going to start, again, over 10 years, I can already see like the whole line selection, like what we're going to do. But obviously you need quite a bit of, starting a physical, e-commerce business where you're actually selling products. It takes a lot more money than simply, Lex is calling here. Give me 1 second. Yo.
Hey, yo, you have any email you can pull up from this guy named Alexander with a...
And I lost my train of thought again because I picked up the phone for Lex. We have a customer that wanted to drop off their vehicle for paint correction on a Honda Accord. So I, over the next 10 years, like, it's like, okay, I kind of see, long-term wise, it'd be nice to have all these products, but starting an e-commerce brand, it is a lot more costly, as far as like, you do need to, purchase, like, you need to actually order the products and the material and resources and boxing and wrapping. And, like, there's a lot more cost associated to starting a physical brand, a physical product brand, versus just like offering service. So I couldn't tell you exactly what products we're gonna start off with, at what quantity, at what price. Like I just that's not in that we still need quite a bit of work until we get to that point. But definitely sometime this year, we'll get to that point of launching products. I don't know how, whatever, but definitely on the YouTube channel, on Instagram, and eventually the websites on our blog, there will be a lot more content coming out, which is why I am uploading a lot more to Instagram, because like over the last, I'd say 2.5 years now, I haven't really talked much about detailing, right? Like Detail Group has always been about, helping you start and grow your detailing business. And let me check the time. And that's usually like me just like out there talking about our operations, customers, marketing, pricing. But I haven't really touched much about like the actual detailing side of things, right? Like cleaning an interior or leather seats or corrections or coatings or engine. Like I haven't really talked much about that. So it has been very fun kind of transitioning over to like, oh, like I'm doing a lot more detailing now. I'm talking a lot more detailing now. And I haven't done that in, like I said, like 2 years or so. Don't get me wrong, I've detailed it, like I've been detailing, we go and work on cars, but it's more like, let's get this car out of here, let's go to the next one. It hasn't been more of like I'm talking and educating you on detailing. So that's been kind of exciting and fun of shooting all this content, because I'm just now a detailer getting content. Whereas over the last 2 years, it's been like, I'm working on, on our detailing business, and it's like we're just there, knock it out, go to the next one, knock it out, next one, knock it out, next one. So over, so yeah, so it has been a lot more. It's been a different form of content that I've been getting, which has been really fun. So you'll see a lot more content on Proper Care and on YouTube. I'm sorry, you'll see more content on the Instagram and YouTube accounts for Proper Care, because again, like I kind of want it to be like the your number one destination to learn everything detailing related, right? And following what I've been saying here, just very simple and practical tips, right? Like I've never been the one to watch a video where they're using these very buzzwords and making it seem very overcomplicated, and I'm just like, come on now, no, it's not. So just keeping things very simple, and just kind of helping, like I said, those that want to get started into detailing, those that want to, obviously with Detail Group, it's helping those that want to start their business, but it's kind of now taking both, the best of both worlds of the detailing side of things and then the business side of things, and just growing those two together, or not together, but they're both running simultaneously, so that if you want to learn everything detailing related, if you want to learn how to clean an interior, an engine, paint correction, that's on the Proper Care side. And then if you want to learn everything business related, how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to hire, marketing, that's now Detail Groove. So very excited. It is very costly. Don't think just because like I'm some, content creator with, 100,000 subscribers and however many followers on Instagram, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be successful. Like, oh, he's got it. Like, it's gonna be so easy. Like, it's not, right? And that's why I try to be very transparent still. When it comes to like our business, of like, dude, like I still go through struggles. We still have problems. We still have headaches. We still have, customers we have to deal with. We still have, people running late. We still have things that don't go our way. So it's like, don't think just because you're watching me do this and, oh, here's a podcast and YouTube video, oh, it's gonna go so well. It's like, I still have to go through all the same problems, troubles, seeing what we can do, spending money, wasting money, things not going our way, and just like, I still get every single bit of problems that I have to work through, figure out, seek help, see what I can do to get this going. But it's exciting. It's a lot of work, a lot of money, and I'm excited to see where things go. So if you have any questions about anything that I just said, you can always send me a DM, send me an email, and on or leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, and let me know, if you have any questions about anything. I'll kind of refine this message as we go over. Like this is, I was writing this down when I was at Discount Tire the other day of what I wanted to speak about. So, over time, all these things will kind of get refined and get a clear message. This is just like the first iteration of me, speaking it out into existence of like that we're starting a product line. But obviously, like all the messaging, the audience that we're targeting, everything will get refined over time. This is just the first iteration of like, hey, we're going to start a brand here, a product line. So thank you very much. I know a different type of podcast episode, but I'm glad you were here. Thank you very much. And I will talk to everyone on the next one. Bye-bye.